Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 11th of July 2024. Now if you look at the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market, guys, it is pretty much the same since the last 24 hours. But what I'm really not liking is the volume of stable coins, and the reason is pretty simple, guys. Today, that is the 11th of July, CPI numbers or inflation numbers will be out, and because of that, guys, I'm pretty much sure the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be fluctuating either in a positive or in a negative way, and one metric to gauge in which the direction the prices would be heading towards is the volume of stable coins. Unfortunately, guys, I'm not happy with the volume of stable coins, so we'll definitely take a deep dive into this. Now look, guys, Biden inflation, whether we like it or not, definitely will impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics website and try to check the CPI numbers yourself as well. Now let's say, guys, if you don't know how to calculate the CPI information, all you need to do is, guys, go at the bottom of the page and it does give you detailed information on how inflation is calculated. Let's say, guys, if you find that difficult to understand, what you can do is copy it, paste it into ChatGPT 4 and ask ChatGPT to give a much simpler explanation. At least that's what I tend to do as well. Now based on that information, guys, I'm pretty much sure the prices of cryptocurrencies will be fluctuating. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, in the episode that I'm going to be releasing on 15th of July, I'll definitely go and touch base on the CPI numbers. Now look, guys, in the cryptocurrency world, absolutely no one likes the SEC and Gary Gensler, isn't it? Now what a lot of people are actually saying is that the CFTC, that is Commodity Future Trading Commission, they should be the regulatory body that should be making a decision whether any particular project or protocol is a security and commodity. Now in today's episode, guys, we do have some critical information, and the chairman of the US Commodity Future Trading Commission or CFTC did actually state that Bitcoin and Ethereum are 100% commodities. This is kind of a massive statement, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news, and I'll also go ahead and discuss a really interesting episode, guys, that was released by Bankless, which was with the former chair of CFTC, that is Timothy Massad. So I'd really recommend you to go ahead and check it out. But in today's episode, I'll go ahead and explain what is it that they went ahead and discussed. And guys, what he really said, that it could be possible that a particular product can be a security as well as commodity. I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this, guys. Now look, guys, since the last few months, tokenization is the next buzzword, isn't it? And we do have some important update. And Goldman Sachs, they are planning to launch 3 new tokenization products in 2024, so I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. Now finally, guys, towards the end of the episode, I'll go ahead and talk about a really interesting news, and that is to do with Justin Sun, who has actually won a court case in China. Now he had an interview, guys, with one of the leading media companies called as The Block. Now what is a bit funny, guys, is in that video, he might have used the word fake news probably 20 or 30 times, and the video is just around 12 minutes or so, but so far as the news is concerned, he has actually won a defamation lawsuit in China's People's Court, so definitely positive news for him, I guess. So I'll go ahead and discuss quite a lot of things, guys, in today's episode. Now, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast, we tend to cover 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, isn't it? Now, both the news, guys, has to do with artificial intelligence. Now, the first one, guys, is regarding Elm, and they have signed an agreement with Saudi Ministry of Interior, Data and AI Authority, so I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. Now, the second news, guys, is an absolutely massive news, and that is to do with Google. And Google has decided to fund an AI research at Saudi University of KAUST, that is King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMD scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, the global cryptocurrency market, guys, is only at $2.12 trillion. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.18%. Now, look, guys, once the CPI numbers are out, I wouldn't be surprised if the global cryptocurrency market goes well below the $2 trillion mark. And I wouldn't be surprised if the market cap of Bitcoin also goes below the $1 trillion mark. But let's say for some odd reason, if the CPI numbers are great, and if the inflation has magically gone down, in that case, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the market cap of Bitcoin pumps up, and along with that, the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. Because look, guys, there is also rumors that on 15th of July is when spot Ethereum trading will be kicking off as well. So keeping all these things in mind, guys, this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday will play a very pivotal role so far as the prices are concerned. Now, so far as the total cryptocurrency market volume is concerned since the last 24 hours, it is not that great, and it is only at $62.02 billion. And since the last 24 hours, guys, it is actually down by 4.76%. Now, unfortunately, guys, one matrix which is consistent is that of decentralized finance, and today it is at only $3.63 billion. And decentralized finance, or DeFi, guys, as of today, is accounting for only 5.85% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, if you look at the total value logged, guys, it is at $88.71 billion, with Lido dominating at $29.98 billion. Now, regarding the concept of decentralization, guys, The only metric that I'm really liking is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and for the past 7 days guys, it is relatively consistent and it is at a higher percentage as well. And today guys, it is at 25.37%, which just means one thing guys, a lot of them are using decentralized exchanges, but the volume is ridiculously low. So hopefully guys, in the next coming months and years, decentralized to centralized exchange dominance touches somewhere between the 40% mark. Now look guys, what I tend to do in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, after reading out the numbers of DeFi, I tend to look at the volume of top 5 decentralized exchanges, isn't it? But via DeFiLlama.com, there seems to be some kind of an error. And yesterday guys, in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I mentioned that Uniswap's volume was not showing right. It is only showing at $130 million. So what I did yesterday guys, I took a screenshot and I sent it to the DeFi Llama team, and they did actually reply and told me that there is some kind of error in reporting so far as the volume of decentralized exchange is concerned. So what I want to do guys in today's episode, I want to look at the 24-hour volume across all cryptocurrencies and blockchain, and it's no surprise guys that Tether USDT is leading the pack so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, and the 24-hour volume is at $47.95 billion. Bitcoin guys is at number 2nd, and since the last 24 hours, $25.65 billion has been transacted. And if you look at the third, it is Ethereum and its 24-hour volume is $14.35 billion. Now Circle USDC guys is at number 4th, it is at $5.30 billion, and 5th is FDUSD guys, it is at $3.20 billion. Now hopefully guys, DeFi Llama fixes the error. What I'd really recommend you to do is guys, go to DeFiLlama.com, and towards the left side you will see a section that says volume. Click on volume, and then you will see a drop down box that says DEXs. Under that guys, you can look at the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges. Now let me quickly run through the volume of stable coins guys, and I've already touched these numbers, isn't it? Now so far as the volume of stable coins is concerned, including Tether USDT, Ethereum, Circle USDC, MakerDAO, everything, the volume is $57.48 billion, and as of today, stablecoins is accounting for 91.62% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And as I mentioned earlier guys, Tether USDT is leading the pack, and its volume is $47.95 billion. Now let me quickly run through the market cap and the dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum, because I already mentioned the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin and Ethereum, isn't it? Now the market cap of Bitcoin guys is at $1.13 trillion, and as I mentioned earlier guys, based on the CPI numbers, let's say if the Biden inflation has gone down, there is a possibility that the market cap of Bitcoin will pump up and it might probably cross a $1.30 trillion. But let's say guys, if inflation is bad, and thanks to bad inflation, I wouldn't be surprised the market cap of Bitcoin will go below the $1 trillion mark. Because look guys, right now, Germany is still selling a lot of the Bitcoin, and there is still panic regarding Mt. Gox restructuring, isn't it? Unfortunately guys, it might take at least a couple of weeks, probably a month or two for prices to pick up pace, unless guys the CPI numbers turn out to be great. In that case guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the market reacts completely different from Monday onwards, because look guys, spot Ethereum trading will definitely pump up the price of Ethereum, and along with that guys, it'll also pump up the price of Bitcoin and altcoin and other meme coins as well. Now so far as the market cap of Ethereum is concerned, it is only at $370 billion. Now look guys, if the inflation numbers are bad, I wouldn't be surprised if the market cap of Ethereum goes below the $350 billion mark. And who's to say guys, it might just go below the $300 billion mark as well. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, at around 4:30 PM Gulf Standard Time is when the CPI numbers will be out, and the only website you need to look at is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And as per US time guys, the CPI numbers will be out by 8:30 PM Eastern Time. Now so far as the dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum is concerned guys, Bitcoin's dominance is at 53.51%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at 17.40%. Now what I want to do next guys is, I want to quickly run through the market cap of metaverse and gaming tokens, and I tend to look at these numbers once every 3 or 4 weeks. Now Mutable guys is leading the pack, and its market cap is $1.89 billion. Notcoin is at number 2nd, and its market cap is $1.63 billion. Axie Infinity guys is at number 3rd, and its market cap is $1.63 billion, followed by Gala at $783 million, and Beam guys is at number 5th, its market cap is $744 million. Now this week guys, what I'm doing is, I'm going ahead and dissecting Lightning Network, isn't it? And in the episode that will release on Monday, that is 8th of July, I went ahead and gave an introduction to Lightning Network. We touched base on the purpose of network, the different Lightning solutions. We also looked at the history of Lightning Network as well. And on Tuesday, guys, that is on the 9th of July, I went ahead and discussed how the Lightning Network works, and I went ahead and explained how do you open a channel, how do you close a channel, and essentially how Lightning Network actually works. And we also touched base on HTLCs, that is hash time live contracts, and quite a lot of other things. And on Wednesday, guys, that is the 10th of July, that was yesterday, we touched base on the different use cases of Lightning Network. So we touched base on how you can use Lightning Network for microtransactions, that is for digital content and micro tipping. We also touched base on gaming and quite a lot of other things. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go ahead and listen to the episode that are released on the previous days. Now look, guys, all this thing being said, Lightning Network is not perfect, isn't it? And there is always this saying, Lightning Network is lightning years away from mainstream adoption. Now what I want to do next, guys, is I want to go ahead and touch base on the future of Lightning Network, and I'll go ahead and discuss the ongoing developments, potential challenges, and how Lightning Network could shape the future of digital currencies. Now look, as the Lightning Network is constantly evolving, with developers and researchers all around the world working to improve functionality and security. So let's go ahead and explore some of the key developments of as Lightning Network is concerned. And one of the development, guys, is automatic multi-path payment, also called as AMP. Now AMP, guys, allows a single payment to be split into multiple smaller payments, which are sent through different paths in the network and then reassembled at the recipient's end. And by splitting the payments, guys, AMP, automatic multi-path payments, increases the chances of finding a viable path through the network, thereby reducing the likelihood of payment failures. And AMP, guys, also enhances privacy by making it harder to trace a payment, because what happens is each smaller payment takes a completely different route. Now there is also something called as dual funded channel, guys, and dual funded channels allow both parties to contribute funds when opening a channel rather than just one party, and this, guys, increases the liquidity available in the chain from the start, making it more versatile and useful for transactions. And guys, what happens is because of this, it helps maintain a balanced channel, reducing the need for rebalancing and making the network more efficient. Now there is also something called a splicing, guys, and splicing allows for dynamic channel funding adjustments without closing the channel, where users can add or even withdraw funds from a channel while keeping it open, thereby improving flexibility and usability. Now this, guys, drastically reduces the downtime and also transaction fees that are associated with opening and closing channel. Now look, guys, I did touch base on watchtowers and enhanced security, isn't it? The continuous development of watchtowers and other security measures are extremely essential for Lightning Network, and enhanced watchtowers can provide better monitoring and fraud prevention, thereby protecting users from potential attack. An increasing number of watchtowers and encouraging decentralized security solutions can actually enhance the overall robustness of the network. Now all this thing being said, guys, there are still potential challenges and solutions, isn't it? And while Lightning Network holds great promise, it also faces several challenges that need to be addressed to ensure its long-term success. So let me go ahead and touch base on some points, guys. Now the first thing I'd like to address is liquidity management. And effective liquidity management is crucial for the smooth functioning of the network, isn't it? And developing automated liquidity management solution can definitely help maintain balanced channels and improve network efficiency. Now the second point, guys, is regarding liquidity pool, and creating shared liquidity pools can provide a reserve for channels, thereby ensuring they have sufficient funds to facilitate transaction. Now look, guys, what about network congestion? Because we need to remember, guys, as the network grows, managing congestion and ensuring scalability is extremely vital, and research and development of new scalable solutions such as AMP and splicing can definitely help manage congestion, and improving pathfinding algorithms and developing more efficient routing protocols can enhance the network's performance. And what about interoperability, guys? Ensuring Lightning networks work seamlessly with other networks and platforms is extremely essential for widespread adoption, isn't it? And developing solutions for cross-chain transactions and also interoperability with other blockchain networks can expand the use cases of Lightning Network. And this is where standardization kicks in, isn't it? And creating standardized protocols and interfaces can facilitate integration with various platforms and services, thereby making Lightning Network more versatile and accessible. Now look, guys, at the end of the day, it is all about user experience, isn't it? And improving the user experience is crucial for widespread adoption, and developing user-friendly wallets and applications that cater to non-technical users can make Lightning Network more accessible. And what I do feel, guys, is education is probably the most important thing so far as Lightning Network is concerned, Because look guys, a lot of people I interact with, they are not even aware of what Lightning Network is, and I very strongly feel providing educational resources and support can help users to understand and use Lightning Network effectively. Now let me go ahead and touch base on the future impact of Lightning Network guys, because the Lightning Network has the potential to revolutionize digital transaction, offering fast, low cost and scalable solution. So let me go ahead and share some points guys on how Lightning Network could shape the future, and I want to touch base on global microtransaction economy, financial inclusion, decentralized finance integration, merchant adoption and everyday use. So let me know guys if you do have any points to add regarding this. Now so far as global microtransaction economy is concerned, I very strongly feel guys that Lightning Network could enable a global microtransaction economy, allowing for a new business model and revenue streams, and creators can monetize digital content through microtransactions, receiving direct support from the audience, and services like streaming, cloud computing, and even IoT can implement pay-as-you-go models where they can charge users based on the actual usage. Now so far as financial inclusion is concerned guys, Lightning Network can improve financial inclusion by providing low-cost, instant financial services to undeserved population. Now look guys, when El Salvador made Bitcoin a legal tender, the correct terminology should have been that they implemented Lightning Network, and they did that using Stripe, and the app I believe guys was Chivos in it. And so far as financial inclusion is concerned guys, by lowering the cost of remittances, it can actually help individuals and families in developing countries, improving the financial stability, isn't it? And they can also offer access to banking services, and Lightning Network can provide access to basic banking service for the unbanked and underbanked, thereby fostering economic growth and development. Now so far as DeFi or decentralized finance integration is concerned, integrating Lightning Network with DeFi platforms can enhance the capabilities and reach of decentralized financial services, because look guys, Lightning Network can enable instant settlements of DeFi transactions, thereby improving efficiency and user experience, and seamless integration with various DeFi platforms can actually expand the ecosystem and offer more opportunities for users. Now look guys, what I do feel is probably the most important thing is merchant adoption and everyday use, and as more merchants adopt Lightning Network guys, it can definitely become a practical solution for everyday payments, and Lightning Network's fast and low cost transactions can improve the shopping experience for customers, thereby reducing fees for merchants, isn't it? And I do feel guys that so far as point of sale systems is concerned, by integrating Lightning Network into point of sale systems, it can actually make it easier for merchants to accept Lightning Network, and that would lead to wider adoption, isn't it? So look guys, so far as Lightning Network is concerned, the potential and use case is absolutely limitless, and according to me guys, Lightning Network holds immense promise. As it continues to evolve, it can definitely revolutionize the way we conduct transactions, making them faster, cheaper and more accessible. So let me know guys, what are your thoughts regarding this? Are you an advocate of Lightning Network yet, or are you still a detractor? Now guys, let's look at the king of all kings, and the price of Bitcoin guys is at $57,751, and if you look at the fear and greed index guys, it is still at fear, and the number via coin market cap is still at 40. Now since the last 24 hours guys, the price of Bitcoin is down by 2.65%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.02%. Ethereum guys is at $3,083, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.11%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 4.65%. Now look guys, based on the CPI numbers, I wouldn't be surprised if the price of Ethereum might just cross the $4,000 mark, because on 15th of July guys, there is a very high possibility that spot Ethereum trading will kick in, and that should definitely drive up the price of Ethereum. But let's say guys, if the CPI numbers are bad, I wouldn't be surprised if the price of Ethereum will actually go down below the $3,000 mark. So let me know guys, what are your thoughts regarding all these? Mention them in the comments below. Now so far as the price of Binance BNB is concerned, it is at $525, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 0.36%, but since the last 7 days it is down by 2.76%. So look guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is try to look at CPI data via Bureau of Labor Statistics website, and that will give us information on which direction the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be heading towards, isn't it? Now what happened guys is, Rostin Behrman, who is the chairman of the US Commodity Future Trading Commission, also called as CFTC, he was talking about a fraud case that is pursued by CFTC in the US District Court of Northern District of Illinois, and during that session guys, what he actually said, that Bitcoin and Ethereum is definitely commodities. Now look guys, this is such a powerful statement. Now look guys, so far as the CFTC is concerned, they're definitely in favor of Bitcoin cryptocurrencies in general, but The problem is the second regulatory body, that is Security and Exchange Commission. So ideally speaking, guys, it should be the CFTC who should be responsible for the regulation for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But Gary Gensler, who is the chair of Security and Exchange Commission, he goes ahead and decides what constitutes a security and what constitutes a commodity. Now it's really important to note, guys, that before spot Ethereum got approved, just few days before that, there is a bill that got presented to Joe Biden, and surprisingly, guys, a lot of the Democrats, they took a U-turn, and because of US elections coming up, they want to go ahead and accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but Joe Biden has vetoed that bill. Now, because he has vetoed that bill, guys, it would actually mean that Gary Gensler is still responsible for Security and Exchange Commission, and he will be taking the call so far as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even Ripple, and he will be the one making a call as to what constitutes a security and commodity. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, the final outcome of this. So look, guys, this entire thing is completely political, isn't it? Now with the US elections coming up, and once President Donald Trump gets reinstated as the President of the United States of America, I'm pretty much sure he's definitely going to fire Gary Gensler, isn't it? So definitely keep an eye on that news. Now regarding this news, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is, there is an excellent episode by Bankless, and that is with the former CFTC chair, that is Timothy Massad. Now you can find him on LinkedIn, guys, and his username is Tim Massad. And in that episode, guys, what he actually said, that a product can be commodity and security both at the same time. So I would definitely urge you guys to go ahead and check it out. And he has also written a great article, which is in the show notes below, that talks about stablecoins and national security. Look, guys, it is a really great episode. And he also went ahead and touched base on some of the point regarding Facebook stablecoin, that is Libra, and the project was called as DMS in it. Unfortunately, the project has completely shut down. So definitely feel free to go ahead and check it out. So look, guys, at a macro level, CFTC, that is Commodity Future Trading Commission, they're definitely fans of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and the entire blockchain sphere. But so far as the Security and Exchange Commission is concerned, they have different metrics to identify what constitutes a security and commodity, and that is unfortunately the drama where Ripple is stuck, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if we do have a final outcome regarding this. Will it be the SEC who goes and makes a call, or will it be CFTC in the near future? Let me know, guys, if you have anything to add in the comment section below. Now look, guys, the next big hype right now is tokenization, isn't it? And ever since Larry Fink, guys, did say in an interview with CNBC that he does not care much about the spot Bitcoin ETF approval, he's more concerned about tokenization. What I'm noticing is via LinkedIn, everyone has become experts in tokenization. And the moment I watched Larry Fink at the CNBC interview, which is only for 7 minutes, guys, I did actually mention in my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast that tokenization will be the next big hype, and there is a news regarding Goldman Sachs, and they will be launching 3 new tokenization products in the US and Europe, and they will be doing it later this year. Now they are focusing on marketplaces for tokenized real-world assets, and they are targeting financial institutions with permission blockchain. Now look, guys, there is absolutely nothing called as permission blockchain. The other word for that is software. Now look, this goes back to the basics of Bitcoin, isn't it? Bitcoin was created so that double spending cannot occur. Now so far as permission blockchain is concerned, there is 100% possibility of a double spending, because in a permission blockchain, guys, there is a centralized entity. But look, so far as tokenization is concerned, I don't see a way how it could actually work on an open blockchain. The only way a tokenization will actually work is on a permission blockchain. But listen, guys, the other word for permission blockchain is software. Now so far as this news is concerned, Goldman Sachs aims to enhance speed and asset collateral variety. And look, as the renewed crypto momentum is attributed to the rise of ETFs for digital assets, with several Bitcoin ETF being approved, as well as Ethereum spot ETF to be approved as well as in it. Now if you do need more information regarding Goldman Sachs launching 3 new tokenization products, the link to that is in the show notes below, and it is published via Cointelegraph. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding Justin Sun, and he has dismissed the fake news about him. Now Justin Sun, guys, is also dressed as His Excellency, and he's the founder of Tron, and he won a defamation lawsuit in China's People Court against Chongqing Business Media Group, who has accused him of fraud. Now this victory, guys, is absolutely massive news, particularly in China, because it challenges the perception that Chinese courts are biased against cryptocurrency issues. That Justin Sun, guys, has argued that China's anti-crypto regulation is exaggerated and the legal system is not discriminatory towards crypto. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, There's the entire video, and as I mentioned earlier guys, he might have used the word fake news probably 20 or 30 times. It is kind of a funny interview to be honest in my opinion. But that thing being said guys, it is great that the Chinese People's Court is not making any random decision, and they are definitely not having any prejudice towards cryptocurrency users, isn't it? So those were the news guys from cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news guys in today's episode has to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now the first one guys is regarding ELM, and they have signed an agreement with Saudi Ministry of Interior, Data and AI Authority. So let me go ahead and give out more information guys, because ELM company has signed a significant agreement with Saudi Ministry of Interior and Saudi Data and AI Authority, that is SDAIA. Now this agreement guys was officially signed on 9th of July 2024, and the duration of the agreement extends for 10 years starting from 1st of January 2024, and the main objective of the agreement guys is to develop and provide advanced products and services. Now the details of the agreement have been officially filed with the BOS, but the agreement does not specify the fixed monetary amount. Now in 2023 guys, products and services covered by this agreement accounted for approximately 42% of ELM's total revenue, and ELM's net profit saw a year-on-year increase of 7.1% in the first quarter of 2024 alone, and the net profit of quarter 1 of 2024 rose to 345 million Saudi riyals. Now for comparison guys, the net profit in the first quarter of 2023 was around 322 million Saudi riyals. Now ELM guys has reported a significant 28.05% year-on-year growth in revenues for the year 2024, and the company's revenue in 2023 were at 5.89 billion riyals. Now look, so far as this collaboration is concerned, ELM will collaborate closely with Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority on various data and AI initiatives, and this collaboration is aimed at significantly enhancing digital transformation efforts, and this agreement signifies a continuation of a strong partnership between ELM and the Saudi government. And ELM's impressive growth guys highlights a strong performance in the technology sector, and this agreement is expected to solidify ELM's position as a leading tech company in the region, isn't it? So definitely positive news. Now the second news guys that I'm going to be talking about also has to do with artificial intelligence in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Google guys, they have decided to fund AI research and development for Saudi University of King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, also called as KAUST. So let me go ahead and give out more information guys, because look, so far as funding is concerned, there's a lot of funding going on in artificial intelligence, particularly in the Middle East, isn't it? Now Google guys is funding AI research at the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology in Saudi Arabia, and each research grant guys is valued at $100,000, which is roughly around 360,000 dirhams, isn't it? Now the grant aims to support projects in multi-model machine learning and large learning model development. Now the projects guys will be conducted at King Abdullah University of Science and Technology Center of Excellence on Generative AI, and each faculty awardee will be paired with a Google researcher as a sponsor. Look guys, Saudi Arabia is heavily investing in AI development, isn't it? And just yesterday guys, in my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I talked about worldwide technology. They had a partnership with Aramco Digital, and they want to enhance the AI market, isn't it? So please feel free to go and check out the episode that was released on the 10th of July. Now look guys, Saudi Arabia's AI market is projected to grow by 42.6% annually, and the AI market guys is expected to reach $3.1 billion, which is roughly around 11.4 billion dirhams by year-end 2030. And Aramco's venture capital fund, that is Prosperity 7, invested in Zippo AI, which is a Chinese generative AI startup, and the investment round guys of ZP AI total $400 million, which is I believe 1.4 billion dirhams. Now this investment guys is the first instance of foreign funding for Chinese AI sector. Now look, ZP AI guys aims to become a dominant competitor to OpenAI, and the partnership with Worldwide Technology and Aramco Digital will definitely boost AI capabilities, isn't it? And along with that guys, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology's collaboration with Google will definitely enhance AI research and development, and the establishment of the Center of Excellence on Generative AI definitely signifies a major AI development as well. And Saudi AI's AI investment guys are part of the broader strategy to lead in the field, and the collaboration with Google highlights the international interest in Saudi AI research initiative. So definitely positive news. And look guys, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, there's a lot of development taking place in the Middle East, isn't it? So let me know guys, what are your thoughts regarding this news, and if you do have any points to share, mention them in the comments below. And that's about all, guys, from cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And guys, please feel free to go and check out my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com. It is packed with loads of information in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, metaverse, central bank digital currencies, and even artificial intelligence. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Nishal who asks, what are your views on the future of tokenization, real world assets in the cryptocurrency space? Then look, Nishal, this is definitely not financial advice. Now, if you talk about the future of tokenized real world assets, particularly in the cryptocurrency space, it definitely holds significant potential, isn't it? But look, I do feel that there is a mixture of opportunities and challenges as well, because at this point of time we do not have any clarity, isn't it? Now, so far as the positive aspects is concerned, I do feel that tokenization can definitely make traditional illiquid assets, like let's say real estate or art, more accessible and liquid, and by breaking these assets into smaller tradable tokens, a broad range of investors can participate, and this will enhance liquidity, isn't it? And tokenization can also offer fractional ownership, because look, Nishal, investors can now own fractions of high-value assets, thereby democratizing investment opportunities and potentially increasing market participation. And one of the features of blockchain technology is transparency and efficiency, isn't it? And blockchain technology, Nishal, ensures transparency and immutability in transactions. This could potentially reduce fraud and increase trust. And one of the features of blockchain technology is smart contracts, isn't it? And smart contracts can possibly automate processes as well, making transactions faster and more efficient. Now, so far as tokenization is concerned, what I do feel is that tokenized assets will have a much wider reach, and it can be traded globally as well. This definitely breaks down geographical barriers, isn't it? But one thing which I did mention earlier, Nishal, is so far as KAUST and AML is concerned, how can we do it on an open blockchain? Look, so far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is concerned, there is no KYC, isn't it? But so far as tokenized assets is concerned, one news that I mentioned earlier that is regarding Goldman Sachs, they are doing it on a permission blockchain, and rightly so as well, because they need to do KYC. But so far as tokenized assets is concerned, what happens if the person you're transacting are from a sanctioned countries? That is a big question mark, at least at this point of time, isn't it? But let me also go into based on some of the negative aspects of tokenization, Nishal, because look, the regulatory environment for tokenized assets is still evolving, and different jurisdictions may have various rules, which can create uncertainty and complexity for investors and issuers, isn't it? Now, so far as blockchain technology is concerned, it is definitely secure, but we've seen so many attacks, we have seen so many pumps and dumps, and so far as smart contracts is concerned, there are still contractual bugs, and there are so many hackings and phishing attacks taking place, isn't it? So we need to factor those things as well. Now, most importantly, the cryptocurrency market is extremely volatile, isn't it? This could definitely impact the value of tokenized assets, and it would definitely introduce additional risk for investors. Maybe what tokenized assets can do is they can work probably on stable coins. That way we don't need to worry about the volatility aspect of it, isn't it? Another thing is, look, Nishal, widespread adoption of tokenized real world assets do require significant changes in traditional financial systems and mindsets, which can be extremely slow, and it will take a couple of years, probably a decade, for it to happen. Those are my honest thoughts. But look, Nishal, while tokenized real world assets have the potential to revolutionize the financial landscape, it is essential in my opinion to address the existing challenges and uncertainties. Now, I do feel that with proper regulatory frameworks, security measures, and educational efforts, more importantly, the future of real world assets in the cryptocurrency space might just be bright and transformative. But definitely a really interesting question. And that's about all, guys. If you ask me anything, see some blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.